Not much, man. Just worried about you. Me and
Yeah,
Miranda was worried and shit. You see that 12? You see that 12 video on there?
yeah.
I was on there about a week ago. It's been sitting there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. It's been sitting there for a minute. I made a count with that one thing. You know what I mean? Where you don't have to put the name in, just the jail and
Yeah,
and put
JLATM.
yeah and put my number. Yep.
Right. Yeah, that's what's up, man. I talked to a couple people. Dude, Reebok, I did a key program with. I don't know if you know him.
Who?
Reebok, Michael
Reebok.
Reebok.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
his
did the
name
key
sounds
program.
familiar. I'm more, yeah, so a lot of names I remember, but more if I see him by face, I definitely know him. You know what I mean? But yeah, that definitely
Yeah,
sounds familiar. I probably do know him.
yeah. But he be keeping up with the what you got going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the I had Stephanie do part one and two of the first video interview, and I got I got a contact through Kevin what's his name? Kevin. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see. Kevin Joyner.
Yeah, I know Kevin Joyner.
He
He's gonna be in Maryland.
he contacted me. He's talking. He's free. He's been out of the system for a little while, doing good. But he contacted Bud James Maxwell. Remember him? He was on the
Yeah,
tier with us.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and he heard about it and stuff, and he told me. I think he got like what 40 or 50 years. Bud, yeah.
He did.
Bud got a lot of
Oh
time.
shit.
Bud got a lot of time, bro. Yeah, that shit upset me too because remember I was sales with Bud when you came and was chilling with me when at last time we seen each other at CCDC.
Yeah, GCDC. I thought he was doing good, man.
He was doing
That
good
was a
for.
while ago, you know.
That's why I talked to Kevin. Yeah, Kevin talks to him all the time on the phone, and then I just made another account through a different type of inmate thing for Bud, and he's gonna call me around like 6. It just got approved. He got to get approved by COs, so I'm gonna do a first audio interview with him, do a few parts, and then and then get this software where I could do you and everybody else from jail do the video one. So the video, so my screen will record its own screen. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it could, whatever the screen sees, it'll record itself, and then I can post that and add the audio. But
Right.
yeah. So Bud's gonna be doing an interview later today, and
That's good,
I
man.
think he said
Tell Bud I said what's up, bro.
yeah, I will, man. They hear this. The views are going up, man, slowly but surely. You know what I'm saying? In only two
Where's
weeks,
Bud at?
he's in Maryland. He's in shit. What was him?
Is he in prison?
Uh,
He's got to be in prison
yeah,
already, right?
he's definitely he's he's definitely in prison.
Hey, this was the free call. This was the free call. I get that about 5 minute call. I'll call you right back. All right.
Yeah, call me right back. I'll just pause this one. We'll turn this in part 5 or 6, whatever it is. But yeah. So,
Yeah,
but
I wanted to talk about last time you asked me about my childhood, and I told you,
yeah,
maybe
we're
we
going to
could do it.
continue
But
from that. And first, we'll start with just talk about Bud for about the first couple minutes. Then we'll continue with you, and
all
use that
right.
money I put on there for you. There's 12.50 on that other type of thing where you could just call my
Yeah,
number. All right.
yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. That's
All
what
right.
I'm gonna do.
I'll be waiting for you,
I'll call you
bro.
right back.
All right.
All right, bro.
Peace.
Later.
Thank you for using Global Link.
All right, y'all. I'll be right back.
An inmate at the West Virginia Eastern Regional Jail. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse this, your current balance is $12.50. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using Global Link.
Hello.
Yeah. Let me I'm going right to the message that Kevin sent me. What is that? He's in he's at let's see, go back to the message he said. He's in Let me see. He is in. Yeah, he's definitely in Maryland. He's in. He's in Frederick County. So
he's still in the county then.
He's still in county. Yeah.
He's down towards Hagerstown then.
Yeah, and this is the message he sent. He said wanted to say what's up to you. Buzz said what's up to you, so I'll translate it later to tell him that you said what's up. And he has a lot.
Love, man. Keep his head up.
Yeah, he said but
I'll be making my way to Maryland.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm working on the IAD right now.
Right.
So I can go there and take care of, you know what I mean, the stuff I got there.
Where he's at now, he has a tablet, so you know what I mean? He could do videos, but I told him let's do a couple interviews until I get this video. So I don't want a video to go to waste. You feel me? And but he,
better with them tablets though.
But
you know,
yeah. But Kevin said that he's getting 40 in Frederick with 20 suspended. So he's getting 20 of it suspended, but he's backing up 11 and a half in Maryland. So that's still 30 and a half.
Yeah.
Dang.
Well, more than likely they'll probably run that 11 concurrent, hopefully.
Might give some of it back to, who knows, and 10 from now.
Yeah. And I mean, the thing is, I don't know what his charge is, if it's violent or non-violent, you know what I mean? On the non-violent, you see the board in a quarter, you know what I mean? So, a quarter is 20, but, you get 10 days a month good time and all that. You know how it works down there.
Yeah. So, now, the way...
They give you a projected good time from the beginning. They knock all that, off of 20 years. They'll knock what they knock off on. Let me see. I think it's like 2,000 some days they knock off 19 years. So
okay.
I mean, you know what I mean? He, even if worst case scenario, if he didn't give no time back, he can still get the program I was at. You know what I'm saying? The 8505.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And for the viewers that don't know, if you get locked up in Maryland, you get one chance to do an 8505. That's a drug program, right?
Yeah, they have to give it to you.
Now they have to give it to you by law, Maryland law. Let's say if you're facing 50, 40, or whatever.
Everybody's entitled to it at
right.
least one time. You understand what I'm saying? As long as your charges, you know what I mean? Like certain charges you can't get, like murder. You know what I mean? And
but robberies is good.
Get it more than once. I've seen people get it more than once.
Yeah, I heard people get it more than once. But since it's an open case, I don't want to talk about it too much because he said he's getting 40 and with 20 suspended. So I don't think he's fully done his case. So we'll just talk about that part because I don't like to put any brothers on blast like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Safe channel where people could talk. But yeah, so I'll tell him what's up to you, and he feels for you. It's like, damn, you know what I mean? Kenny got 20, and I don't think he knows about the back it up part. I didn't, or probably because Kevin watched all the videos, and the channel's growing, man. It's growing slowly but surely. It's only been up for 2 weeks. We're up to 27 subscribers, and every time Miranda and I share it, and it's on public so people can see it all through Facebook, I'm getting average like 2 subscribers a day. So it's growing and growing. And the first 100 I get, YouTube lets you live stream straight right from YouTube, so I don't have to go through a program. So when we have our phone calls, audio or video, people can leave their comments. All the subscribers, all the local people, most subscribers are all local, that people that know us, and they'll be able to see the live stream right there, straight through YouTube.
Right, and that's what I was laying in bed thinking about it the other night, man. Because when you asked me in one of the interviews about my childhood, I just told you it was good. Because,
let's begin there.
Well,
or
I don't want to.
Well,
I don't want people thinking that I had, like my mom, because basically I was raised by my mom and my grandma. You know what I'm saying? She did everything she could do. but a woman can only do so much. You understand what I'm
Exactly.
saying? And like,
Just fill in some
really, I mean, in
some
all
parts.
honesty, I had a fucked up childhood. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
due to my, my father.
Hmm.
Anybody, it's fucked up. Anybody from Newcastle, in that area, they know, exactly what I'm talking about, exactly what I went through. Me and my brothers, he never did nothing to us. You know what I'm saying? But the physical abuse that I watched my mom take,
Yeah.
broken cheekbone, knocked her teeth out. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
every day, I
Wow.
watched my mom get beat. You know what I'm saying? Like from the time that I can remember. I know I had a bottle. You know what I'm saying? Was still on the bottle, and I remember watching my mom get beat.
Wow.
And waking up with both her eyes rolled shut, and
Like
me asking her what happened and shit like that.
like I did
And
a
then
whole my bad.
eventually he just rolled out. You know what I mean? And went and started another family. But
Which was
once
probably
my
a
mom
relief,
moved
right?
on,
Which was probably a
once she
relief at
moved
first.
on, what's that?
It was probably a relief getting them out of the house at first, right?
I mean, it was, but it was so bad, man, because like my dad, we was under the assumption, I was under the assumption that the police was the bad guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because anytime the police showed up, I seen my dad beat the police up. It got to
Yeah.
the point where they wouldn't even come when they were called. You know what I'm saying? But then when it was that bad to where when my mom got into another relationship later on down the road with a guy named fucking Joseph Curry. He's dead now. Matter of fact, he was in Smyrna prison in Delaware and filed a lawsuit against a Catholic priest and all that shit for some sexual abuse. But anyway, don't make no excuses for the man. He did some real fucked up shit to my mom too. He used to beat on her. You know what I mean? And it's some shit that she don't even know. You know what I mean? Like when she left him, I don't know. That's my mom, so I'm not gonna. I really don't want to say some of this shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because
Like
I don't know how she would feel.
I
Like
mean
as far as man, like being, I can't remember how old I was, 6 or 7 maybe, or 8, laying in bed with her. You know what I mean? He come in there and forced himself on her. You know what I'm saying? And me laying in bed next to her, trying not to be hurt, crying, and I can't even do nothing for my mom. I can't even fucking protect her. You understand what I'm saying? Like I couldn't do nothing for her, but sit there and try not to be hurt because I was scared. You know what I mean?
right.
And it just relationship after relationship that she went through. That's all I've ever seen. You know what I'm
You're a
saying?
little boy. You couldn't do
So
nothing, just like me. I made or my story. I started childhood, and my dad he never put his hands on my mom, but if she'd be 5 minutes late for work, he'd be standing out there like a asshole in the driveway. Who you fucking when she put up? You know what I mean? Who you cheating on, bitch? She always loyal to him. And me and my sister always got beat up. Not so much my sister, but me. I got the shit beat out of me. Get hit with cue balls. We had a pool table in the basement. All kinds of like whatever he had in his hand, or even a bad day, or even he didn't even have to be on drugs or drinking. He was just a mean dude, and age just changed him. We say what's up to each other just like we're friends, but father figure never really was there. He did a few things like baseball and little league, suburban little league and all that, but it was mostly for himself and shit like that. I was pitcher and shortstop. If I walked a lot of people, he'd pull me out and cuss me out, in front of the other kids and shit when I was like 8, 7, 8, 9, 10. And they finally got divorced in 94, and I was relieved, man. And if there was a gun in the house, I probably would have killed my own dad, man, because the mental abuse is worse than physical to me. And that's what caused, depression over the years. I'm still prone to that shit. And that's what caused depression turns into anger. And that's what I took my anger out on other people because of what my father instilled in my mind. You know what I'm saying? And that and
I
that's
never dealt with that. I
yeah.
mean, I'm not saying I never dealt with the emotional,
Yeah.
but he never put his hands on us. He never. That's what I don't understand. know.
Yeah.
And anybody that knows my father, like, and where we were from, he was one of the baddest dudes around, which is why I couldn't understand why he would do that to my mom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and then it just was like my mom couldn't catch a fucking break. You know what I mean? Relationship after relationship. You know, and so I told myself, you know, me and my brother, once we got old enough, you know, we weren't never gonna let that happen to her again. So now, you know, it was to the point to where my mom couldn't even be in a relationship because a simple argument, and you know, we was getting physical with the guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he wasn't even able to argue with my mom. You know what I mean?
When you got older, you know, when you got older, that shit stops. You could do something about it then when you get older and get bigger.
Well, yeah, I mean, I really wanted, like I told myself that, you know, once I got, you know, I was going to kill the dude Joe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The dude Joe Curry, I was going to kill him once I got the opportunity, once I was old enough. You know what I mean? But he wound up dying himself, wrecked on a street bike. But anyway, my mom had us when she was young. You know what I'm saying? So she was still living her life, but she was taking care of us. You know what I mean? But it's hard when my dad was the breadwinner. Like he had money, he had his own business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And all that. But when he rolled out, the money rolled out, and he left us with nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I remember going to school. You know, dirty clothes, same shit on, fucking.
Yeah.
You know, just being teased. You know, being teased by some of my own cousins, you know what I mean? Because we didn't have the same shit, you know what I mean? I could always went to my older brother and he would have dealt with it, you know what I mean? But I didn't like to do that, you know what I mean? But anyway, once my mom, you know, I guess she just got tired of it, you know, tired of depending on my grandmom, tired of depending on family members. She went and got her, you know, went back to school, got her shit together and got a job. And once she started, you know, working and getting money, she wouldn't tell us no to nothing. You know what I mean? Then we started getting the same shit that everybody else had. You know what I mean?
Right.
But, and my mom, she would give her last. You know, she would give her last. Like her and my grandmother, that's who raised me. You know, I've never had a father figure. The only father figures I ever had was, you know, in prison or, you know, in jail. You know?
Right.
I never, like, uncles and shit, never had no uncles that I looked up to because we were always like the outsiders. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was looked down on by the rest, you know, not my whole family. Like, my Aunt Mary and shit like that. They're good, you know, good people. My Uncle Mike, shit. My Aunt Diane, Bobby Coach's mom. You know, I love her. But anyway,
man, your life and mine is almost the same, man.
I've never tried to use my childhood as a crutch or an excuse. I've never done that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've gone through some shit that I've never told anybody about. You know what I mean? Like, there's things that, you know, happened. Say, for example, when I was probably about 10 years old. And this was down Indian Acres. For people that know about it. But it was these boys, they were older, like 16, you know, maybe 17. I don't know how they were. They were older than me, so I felt cool just to be hanging out with them. And
you have 1 minute remaining.
Damn. But anyway, I have to tell you this on another conversation.
Yeah, I mean, this is good that you're letting out, but I want to comment that even though you don't use it as a crutch, but it still was instilled at you at a very young age, Kenny, just like me, man. And when we were kids, all the way to our teens, you know, we could use some certain degree and say that's the reasons, but not when you're in 20s and 30s. We have our own responsibility, and we went to go break a law right now. It's not our parents or fathers or anybody.
Some of the shit that I've been through, I've seen other people use it. You know what I mean? And they didn't have murder charges. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, just because of what they've been through.
Yeah.
You know, it fucks you up long term. But I knew right from wrong. You know what I mean? My
Right.
mom did the best she could. She did a good job. But she's going.
Thank you for using Global Telling.
All right. Man, we couldn't get one more off. Unless he calls back. Let's see if he calls back. All right, he's back.
This is a prepaid call from an inmate at the West Virginia Eastern Regional Jail. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse this call, hang up. Your current balance is $10.12. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using Global Tel-Link.
All right, continue, brother. Yeah, them calls are vicious. $2.50 a call. See, that's just a monopoly to rob people. And you know, people in jail don't got money as it is, man. It's just commissary, overcharged, phone, everything. I mean, the phones got better. Remember, they used to cost a fortune back in Gander Hill in Delaware with the blue phones.
Yeah, they're not supposed to do this though. They're not
No.
supposed to do this because they know people from other, states and shit like that. Like if you go to prison here in West Virginia, all phone calls, no matter where you call, are 45 cents a call.
That's the way it should be.
Ain't phone calls in prison 45 cents? Yeah, 45 cents no matter who you call.
That's
here,
that's the way it should be.
Call in another part of West Virginia and it's $2 a call, something like that, $2.50 a call.
All right, so continue.
I figured I'd call you back because I don't know when I'll be able to call again.
Just just continue where you were off in your mind.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Shit. Like so yeah, the boys that I was hanging out with, or mind you, I ain't ever told nobody this shit. You know what I mean? I think I might have told my baby mom and Miranda, maybe. But so the boys was like 16, 17. They were older than me. You know what I mean? I don't know how they got with it. I just knew they were older and I wanted to hang out with them. But so we was hanging out at their place. You know what I mean? And they were smoking weed and shit, drinking, and it was the first time I drank. You know what I mean? Drank some beer, drank some tequila and shit like that, and I wind up passing out. On the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And when I woke up, when I came to, I knew something. You know what I mean? Anyway, I woke up and their dad had my penis in his mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like he was trying to suck my dick.
God damn.
And yeah, bro, I was no older than 10. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyway, I jumped up, ran out the house, and all I had on was shorts. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I just ran and kept running. Like some Forrest Gump shit. I ran till I couldn't run no more. And I remember I was on somebody's porch on their deck. You know what I mean? And I just laid there, and fucking wound up crying myself and slept on the deck. You know what I mean? And I could have went and told my brother, my older brother, and I know what he would have did. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I thought it was something wrong. Like for the longest time, I was like, damn, am I gay? You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking this nigga put my.
I mean, somebody that at your young age, man. I know a lot of friends at your age that, younger or even a little older than that, what you said that a lot happened to, man, shit like that. I mean, it's out of your control. You're small, man. And if you would told your older brothers, you were probably thinking, what would that, that would hurt them. You know what I mean? Like, I mean.
Well, I was worried about how motherfuckers looked at me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, right.
This dude, you know what I'm saying, was an older man. He was like 40, 50 years old. I don't know how old he was. You know what I'm saying? I was no more than 10 years old. But, in the same situation, I told myself later on that I'm going to get this man. You know what I mean? And I went back to get him. Once I was older, I was like 17. I went back to the house. You know what I'm saying? He kicked the door. It took about 3 kicks to get the door open. I remember the guy had a white shepherd in there. And I wound up shooting his dog. But it wasn't even the same guy.
Damn.
You know what I mean? The guy who did this shit to me, he wound up going to prison for that shit, for molesting kids. It turned out that them boys, they would get kids like me to come there so he could do that shit. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they would lure young boys, little kids there, give them some drink and shit like that.
Oh, man.
So that dude could do that shit for him.
What's this in the Millsboro or McWiddell area? Where'd you what area did you really grow up at where all this happened?
Well, this what I'm telling you happened. This happened in Maryland.
Oh,
but
okay.
The dude who did it was from like Wilmington area, Wilmington, Delaware. You know what I'm saying? Down Indian Acres, you know, that's like a little vacation spot. Down in Cecil County. It's down by like Crystal Beach and shit.
Yeah, I used to live in Earlville.
That's basically where I grew up. I grew up between there and Newcastle. You know, Newcastle, I lived out Shawtown, Old Newcastle. I lived in Swanwick. I lived in Leadham Estate.
All over like me. All over Newcastle. All over Delaware, basically. Newcastle.
When you was out, remember we was out Chelsea Estate.
Chelsea, yeah. That's where I grew up, Leadham, yeah. And Penn Acres. I had my grandparents, the nicer spots in both Penn Acres, 5 minutes away from each other.
Ben Pelfrey and Phil Pelfrey, I think they're from Penn Acres.
Yeah, I had my grandparents, my dad and mom's side on North Penn Acres, the better side, and South Penn Acres, across where the old Ames used to be. I had my aunt lived over there. So I had family over there, and we lived in Leadham Estates, so go ahead, man.
Yeah. But that's the thing, I remember you were saying before how, you know how your family will look at you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've dealt with that my whole life, like I'm an outsider, so I always felt like, you know, an outsider.
Black sheep of the family.
And yeah, but my mom definitely, like I said, she's the toughest woman I know, man. The shit that she went through and to still be alive, you know what I mean? And she did everything she could, you know what I mean? And I knew right from wrong, like I said, I knew right from wrong. The first time I was offered drugs, like I said, I turned it down. I didn't want it. I was like, man, are you crazy? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But eventually I gave in and tried it, you know, just like anything. And I tried alcohol, and then that's all it was I smoked weed and drank, and eventually I tried other things, you know what I mean? Powder, sniffing cocaine, and doing all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I really didn't get into the hard drug, heroin, until I went to prison. But like I said, with my mom,
go ahead.
You know,
go ahead.
To go through all that shit, you know, the shit that I've seen, I've never put my hands on a woman. I don't condone that shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like to see that shit and see a person go through it. You know what I mean? I would never do that, man. I don't support that. I don't condone that.
This dude, do you think he's still alive in prison somewhere, or is he dead?
Oh, he probably is. I mean, I hope he's not, but he probably is. You know, they let them guys go after a little, you know, they just do a little bit of time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like I said, like I don't wish death on nobody, but I wish death on molesters and pedophiles and all that. And anytime they get somehow accidentally, you know how they get mixed up in with max tiers or regular tiers, where even and the jails and prisons protect these people. I even see them change their names to protect them.
Yeah, they do that. They definitely do that. I was just talking to the other night, man, when I got locked up one time in Cecil County, the gang task force, the lieutenant. This motherfucker asked me about dude Derek Madden. He raped and killed his niece, strangled her, raped her, and killed her. Yeah. Man, this lieutenant of the state police, he was the head of the gang task force. Basically, trying to put a hit out on the motherfucker, Derek Madden. He was like, we don't have the death penalty in Maryland anymore. He said, I can't really ask you what I want to ask you, but I think you know what I'm getting at. And I told him straight up, I said, man, y'all are gonna protect him. They're going to give him a plea, you know what I'm saying? And he's going to be on protected custody. And he did. He got 60 years, but he got sent out of state. They sent him to Pennsylvania. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Like I never condone. I never condone. You know what I mean? Taking somebody's life like that. But those people, I do. For if when I was in there, and just to even me reform ex-con. I say, fair to it. Chop them up like motherfucking chop suey.
And that's what happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every normal person in society thinks the same way.
Because they can't be fixed, bro.
Even people that are law-abiding citizen feels like that's what should happen to a child molester.
I had an argument with my psychiatrist just 3 weeks ago, and he says everybody can be saved and reformed. I said, no, you don't believe. I told him about my jail. He knows about my jail history. I said these people can't. It's a sickness. They're forever like that. I said they're the ones should be put automatically deaf, or their family members should have at least 15 minutes in a room with them in a jail cell with them, and do whatever they need to do, man. Like these people cannot be fixed. They cannot be saved. They can't be fixed. And even when they get released, they're living under bridges. They're living under the kids, right?
You know what I'm saying? Fuck them.
Right.
What about the kid? You can't fix the kid.
Yeah.
This kid's fucked up for life, but you tell me that this person can be reformed.
Right. They say they actually believe that shit, man. Liberal beliefs.
They never went through it. That's
right.
why they believe it.
Yeah, right. It's always the people that say bad about something has never walked in their shoes. It's always that case with everything, every topic.
That's the problem, you know what I mean, with society, man. It's easy for a person to sit back and say, well, this is what you should do, and this is what you shouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? Okay, and you might be right. You know what I'm saying? But it's easier said than done. You know what I mean? That's just like people telling me, well, you should do this, you should do that, but they're not in here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then, on top of that, like I said, people think, the last I've basically been in prison for the past 7 years. And, out of them 7 years, I never had one visit, ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only time I had a visit was from my lawyer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that shit didn't bother me. You know what I mean? Like, this shit here is easy to me. Like I told you before, I can do this. I can do time anywhere. They can put me in any country. I'm not bragging, but this is just that's something easy. Living in society was hard for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why I give credit to the working man. You know what I mean? The person who's out there doing it and living life on life terms.
And back to that on a working man, trades. Like when the phone cut off on one of the second interview. You know how to do masonry, construction. What else do you know how to do?
Brick, block. I got certified in it. Carpentry, stick framing, prefab. I've done siding. I've done roofing. I've done cable, installing cable, running the conduit, the ditch witch. I've done painting. I can paint. I've painted houses.
So the times you worked lockdown, you were working. I mean, you were working in the workforce. And
I work hard.
Yeah.
I work hard. Anybody that I've ever worked for, they'll always hire me back. You know, maybe
Yeah.
I'm a hard worker, and I learn quick, and I just, I like to work. I love working.
Right.
If somebody ever gave me a shot with a good job, with a career, I would definitely do something with my life. I just feel like, and I know it's my fault because of my record, man. Like, I'll never get a chance or an opportunity, and that's all I need, man, is an opportunity.
We got us with records. We got to start from the bottom and up, but it'll take time. But I mean, it can happen. It's not impossible. You know what I mean? Like I just want to drive 18 wheelers. You know what I mean? Right now they have people that drive truck with no CDLs.
Do everything on my own.
Right.
I need to stop trying to do everything on my own. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm in here with a guy that owns his own truck. And he's telling me about the money that he makes and the money that he pays his drivers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's something I might look into. You know what I mean?
And what I mentioned is they always the society they're quick to lock regular people up and not give them a second chance, but these politicians that pocket millions of taxpayers' money and never see they go in front of the Senate and all that investigations, they don't mean shit because they're all buddy and they steal millions from people and they embezzle money and hiding in different secret companies and fronts, but we go to jail. Yeah, but us regular people go to jail.
To pay our way out. And that's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? It's guys that shoot and kill people, shoot a motherfucker right in the head, blow his brains out, and get 5 years, 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't never hurt nobody. You know what I mean?
Right.
I ain't never hurt nobody. I hurt myself. I mean, don't get me wrong. I might have caused some mental pain, and I apologize.
You have 1 minute remaining.
That was ever affected by my crimes. Because I know some of the shit that I've done is terrible. You know what I mean?
Me too. I mean, I never. I never took nobody's from somebody's family or nothing like that to where it don't justify the fuckness of my life how I fucked up on the record. On paper I'm a bad person, but I'm a good person, and you meet me, I'm a good person in real life.
Well, anybody that knows me knows I'm a loyal. I'm a loyal person, man. I'm loyal to a fault.
Shit, I know that. Yeah.
If you got to do something wrong for me to stop, being loyal to you.
But listen.
Right?
I know, and a lot of friends, like I said, Bud and everybody knows this. But before it cuts off, Kenny, once you call me the day after tomorrow, I'm gonna get Bud today recorded, and I'm edit this video. You don't mind this video going out, right? Yeah, I will. You don't mind this